Why, good morning, you beautiful souls. Welcome to our Sunday Satsang. Today is all about dropping into the pureness, the stillness of our being. It's radiating the light that is always present. It's unfolding and letting everything that is not us drop away so that we can always emulate and radiate our pureness, our light, then marinate in that calm, that stillness, that effortlessness of our being. So get those last few wiggles out, get nice and cozy. And before we begin, I lovingly invite you into the space of the heart, the throne of the soul, the pureness in which the light of our own being radiates from, that you may let go of all the tensions of yesterday, angst of the future, the many paths of the unknown, and simply be. When you hear the first 3 taps of the singing bowl, with each sound of the bowl as it rings, take a nice deep inhale. And as you exhale, release a powerful, gentle, and effortless Om. As you simply watch and marinate within the own experience of your witnessing. Allow yourself to remain rooted and fixed in your own awareness. Do not allow the distractions of the temporary, internal and external phenomena to distract you. Shift your attention to the I am presence of your very being. Attend the breath by observing the physical sensation of the diaphragm and lungs expanding and contracting. Feel the air around you. Feel the ground and surface beneath you. And shift your attention to the very base sensations of the form, not controlling them, but allowing them to unfold effortlessly. With this final tap of the singing bowl, shift your full attention and focus to the sound of the bowl as it rings, and again fades and drops into silence. So too, allowing your own attention to become fixated on the calm, the quiet, the emptiness. One of the primary paradoxes that we witness and observe in this processless process of spiritual unfoldment, development, awakening, it matters not what you call this path of ascension and unfoldment. But we so much often think that there is a doing, that there is action that must be done. Things outside of ourselves and within ourselves that must be expunged. But in truth, the spiritual development operates more like letting go of a hot pan. For we recognize what we are by letting go of what we're not. It's this natural process that allows us to rise, to feel, experience, and witness in the knowing, the sense of liberation and letting go. But we must surrender. We must surrender to the constant states of action, for there is no doing that is required in this process, which is why the term processless is more applicable. For all that's required is us to relearn how to simply be as we are, non judgmental, expecting and assuming nothing, merely lying back within our experience, allowing everything to unfold indiscriminately in that open space of pure love in which we are. The basic modality of what love and fear operate as is the sign and path home to the heart. For fear is a contracted state. We must come to recognize that the egoic form operates in such a state of fear and separation. Survival is what we coin and deem it. But it's this very sense of separation that we must utilize to liberate ourselves and awaken fully to the heart. Separate yourself from all concepts of separation itself. Another spiritual paradox. For it's here when we entertain and live in the knowing that life is interconnected. There is an immense intimacy that forms. It's a re-remembrance of what always is and was. And it's this letting go that allows us to embrace all that arises within this experience. To fully let go of the fears and allow the vast openness and inclusion of love to shine. We can very much see our hearts, the pureness of our own light and beingness, as a flower always trying to unfold. However, our heart is so loving and compassionate, just as the truth, it will not force itself. That is the pureness of love. Allowing everything to simply be, which is why, again, the modality of our very existence, we can deduce and see that we are love itself. For everything within this experience can unfold, for we have that power of free will and choice. Take a deep breath here. In through the nose as long as you can. Holding the body filled with air, love, and light. Again, for as long as you can comfortably. And then a slow, effortless release. Exhaling through the mouth, gently. If able, hold the body empty of air. Again, for as long as you can comfortably. And as long as the other aspects of the breath. Take another deep breath in this fashion. Allow the energy of the body to move about freely, effortlessly. And simply marinate in the feeling, the observation of the form. One more deep breath here. And as you exhale, shift your attention fully to the sense of self, to your own beingness. That sense of me we all know and feel. but give it no description. It's as if you're gazing upon your own eyes. It's the subtlety of this practice that leads us to the recognition that we can shift our attention and our focus to the silent self. Yet internal and external phenomena, the temporary, may still arise. Allow this as an opportunity to witness and experience that you are not the mind, you are not the emotions, you are not the sensations and feedback of the body. You're the observer of them all. You are this silent witness, you are the knower. You operate in the intuition and transcend physicality daily. Allow yourself to simply unfold. Begin to take note of what the mind and the emotions and body may try to distract you from, but pay it no attention. Come back to the recognition that you are focusing on your own beingness, and all else is still happening around you. This is the letting go of the hot pan. No longer being disturbed and distracted by the sizzling sounds, the temperature of the handle itself, nor the aromas of what is being cooked in it, but simply allowing yourself to finally be you without anything else. Come to recognize this is the love that you approach sleep in, which is why we let go of everything and literally leave the body. It's this opportunity for each of us to come into the recognition that it takes not a sit-down practice of meditation to apply this dropping away into the stillness of what we are, into the pureness of our being, for it is the ground of our entire existence and human experience. You are already doing it. Again, the spiritual paradoxes that are riddled throughout the practice and processless process of ascension. That you are already what you seek. But you are identified with many things that hold you back from realizing what you really are. So what happens when you let them go? You are the pure, the infinite, the unbounded, the unchained, the untarnishable. Recognize your eternal nature. We allow the light that radiates to shine forth through this knowing of love. So keep shifting your attention towards that love. What does it feel like? What it is observed as? Come to know that you are simply observing and witnessing the aroma of you. Like looking into a mirror. Except this is not the reflection of what you are. For what we are goes beyond words, concepts. We can only taste what we are from the shadows in which we shine. That is the beauty of this process, of this simple fact of being. That you are already the beautiful eternal being. You are already liberation itself, freedom, truth, love, light, oneness. You are abundant, you are perfection. But when we allow ourselves to become distracted and identified with the temporary, the realms within the body and outside of it, we become lost. We become disconnected. We cover up the love and light in which we are that is always trying to unfold. But again, remind yourself the truth does not repeat itself. Just as the beingness does not assert itself over the ego. For the true chooser of such realms to live in is the heart. It's our love, it's our affection. It's that in which we shift our gaze of attention and affection towards, that we give life to. So what happens when you shift it to the silence in between thoughts, internal phenomena? What happens when you shift it to your own sense of awareness and witnessing? Do so and see. But again, come back to the recognition that everything is love. Therefore, your biggest keys to unlock the many doors of introspection and experience lie within love. Love yourself enough to entertain that which causes you fear. Love yourself enough to go beyond the tensions and enter into the unknown. Go beyond all concepts and determine your truth from your unique perspective and window of awareness. You're the guiding light of your own life, yet you are the light itself. Self-guided, self-led, self-illuminating, self-restoring, and self-liberating. You are the divine. You are the eternal. But we cannot awaken to such truths when we obtain this identification that we are just a body, that we are the happenings within the body. Take a step back within your own experience and marinate in the stillness, the love, the calm, and the light of our pure being. When you hear the next tap of the singing bowl, again, take a deep breath in. And with your exhale, transform it into an Om, shifting your full attention and focus to the sound of this divine chord. Make that intention and dedication to yourself to always bring yourself back to that knowing of love and calm and peace. To observe life and experience life through this lens of understanding and knowing, so that life may unfold the beautiful magic it is always here to present you with. Namaste. I bow to the divine within you, and you too, little one, huh? But with that being said, there's nothing more important than each of us living out this dance of the heart. That's the beautiful aspect of this introspection and inner looking, is that there is nothing outside of us. In truth, we experience life in order to jostle up the remembrance of what we are, to push us to question the things we're still holding on to that are blinding us from seeing the truth of our being. Because from the moment we're children till the moment we pass, we experience these profound subtleties that we are experiencing in these sit downs and practices of meditation. The effortlessness of our being when we're having fun and playing, the love and light that radiates with those we share a deep love and compassion for. It's the subtleties of time skipping, being caught up in conversation, just going with the flow that we take for granted. But they're always trying to show us and to reveal to us how we should always be harmonized with life, with ourselves. So, as this, I guess you would say, solar eclipse and new moon period have initiated and began, we have 6 months of really digging deeper, where the whole universe and cosmos are going to be on your side to fully liberate yourself from that, which is holding you back from naturally living in that ground of being, of stillness and pure light and love in which we are. And it's the utmost importance for every one of us to take some time each day, each moment, to bring ourselves back. I always implore each and every aspirant upon this path of liberation, healing, and transformation to be disciplined during these opportunistic times of the universe, because the smallest amounts of effort and consistency will catapult you light years beyond what you currently have known. That's the magic of these gateways and portals that open up, is there's a different energy that you are able to utilize. We're traveling through a lot of different stuff in terms of the stars and planets, and especially for those with a lot of Jupiter in their alignment, this is the time to really awaken that inner child fully and to live in that light of pureness in which we are. And it's for everyone, because, Jupiter plays a lot in this universe. It's a pretty important planet, just in terms of our own protection and safety of Earth. So as above, so below, there's many concepts from astrology to literal physics and just the astrological alignments that will show us that there's an interconnectedness that we can always learn from the stars. This aspect of protection, but airiness, being playful, truth, being the cornerstone of our perspective and understanding of life. This is the time to really apply all that stuff, to really seek for the deepest truths of your own being. What I say, what I do is different from you. That's the beauty of it. This role of concepts and spiritual pointers or teachings is, again, another spiritual paradox. Because I can say all the things I say, but it doesn't mean anything if you're not the one carrying that introspection out with curiosity yourself, if you're not the one questioning it. The role of anyone that is offering space to have these recognitions is to really just paint the scene so others can walk the walk themselves, so they can point in the direction in which to go. And having that trust and knowing when I say things like, you are eternal, you are not the mind, you are not the emotions, you are not the physical body, those things can only come into your beingness as fully experiential truth if you entertain them. Just as I entertained them when I heard those words from Muji the first time. You are not your thoughts. I'm not my thoughts, then what am I? First thought that came up. Okay, second thought. If I'm not my thoughts, then what else is there? If I'm not my thoughts, what am I being entertained and led by? These are the questions we must ask ourselves. It's that curiosity that we are ingrained with naturally as children that is intended to push us to these points of realization and recognition. But as we grow old, we get taught what is and what isn't, and we get said, no, don't ask that. That's too many questions. Be quiet. We get dismissed. And that natural curiosity, which is meant to be the catalyst to wake us up as children, we get washed over, diluted, blinded, lied to. And it's not anyone's fault. Remember that it's not anyone's fault. But the responsibility for us to awaken is our own. That is the beauty of this dance of life, because life truly doesn't begin until we figure some of these basic questions out. Who are we? What are we? And just know that the mind will try to create so many hurdles, obstacles, and mountains for the beingness to climb. But in truth, it's simply not listening to it that will bring you to that mountaintop of the divine. It's not being entertained by that which is in temporary states. It's allowing your own beingness to naturally unfold. All the time, bring yourself back to it. Remind yourself your true position. This is where we gain a deeper understanding to that observing. When you live life in this state of recognition, you observe through into the external world. You perceive through this lens of truth. And when you entertain it, you start to see it more and more and more. The patterns become more clear. I guess you would say the contrast of the experience becomes so much more vast that you just guide and live by the heart. The final thing that is coming up for me to speak on is this concept of effortlessness. Just as when we have an injury or a cold, the body has to go through a period of adjustment. Don't allow the hiccups within your experience to deter you and convince you that you're not there. That's the most important one. Because just as a baby learns how to walk, you fall down every now and then. It's just you learning how to get your feet under yourself. It's the exact same concepts here with spirituality. In our spiritual development, you're going to go through growing phases and transitional phases that you may have to have a hiccup to remind yourself, to humble yourself, what's really radiating in your heart. And that's the beauty of it. Everything in life is guiding us and pointing us towards this internal looking. And our angels, our ancestors, they're all waiting, cheering us on in this search for truth. Mm. Life is so beautiful, and when we fully awaken to the pureness, everything just unfolds like a divine film. Mm. Mm. So just marinate in yourself. And in truth, you escape it. You let go of this concept of identity and you live in that knowing of what we were before we were named and held on to such concepts. And it's a love and a light that never leaves because it's you, it's us, it's everything, it's everyone. And then we really let go of that fear and tension, and we can trust and enjoy life. Mm, I love it. Oh, facts. Seeing things that others can't or don't is causing loneliness. 100%. 100%. And the most important thing that we can do to awaken that love and light in others is to simply shine ours by just being ourselves. That's the beauty that this world is. It's a gift to experience. So, what can we do to honor life? We can give our love back by being ourselves. And I'll end with this because I like this quote, and it came to me in a meditation the other day. Because personally, a lot of stuff has gone on in the past like 9 months for myself. Gotten divorced. My father passed away. I've seen friends come and go. The world happenings itself have gone on. And the one thing that really just echoed in this meditation and just shined from the heart was gratitude in action is praise. Direct quote from yours truly. And to me, that is the most important thing, because to truly give reverence and thanksgiving to life, to truly show our gratitude, we must be ourselves fully, authentically, genuinely, and listen to that light and live and dance by its shine. And this is how we give praise to life. This is how we give praise to Source, the Creator, to each of you, to ourselves. We're all one big cosmic family out here, and it's all about love. So, with that, may the fruit of knowledge offer a seed, and in that seed may your love, will, and intuition give life and nourishment. For a tree shall grow, and in its shade may you find peace, and offer peace to all whom ask. Namaste. I bow to the divine within you. Don't forget, like, share, subscribe. I love you so much. And truly, just a few shares helps your boy out. We're getting into this time where all of those of us who are already tapped into this realm, the call to action is happening pretty quick. The time is approaching where we're all going to be called to put in the work we came here for, to hold space so others can heal, to be the ground of calm and surrender so others can learn and grow, that we may awaken that fierce love and dedication to truth so we can fully manifest and create the change in which we know is possible here. So I love you all so much. I'll tap in with you early satsang on Wednesday, but I love you so much. Have a great day. Peace. And thank you too. Namaste.